I love playing volleyball. And even at a very young age, I felt like this is my art form. My mom is a former volleyball player, has been a coach for most of my life. Some of my earliest memories are genuinely being in a gym, trying to get out on the court with her, 12-year-olds or 14-year-olds when I was 5. My mom rarely let us actually on the court. She actually, she tells the story all the time that we wanted to come out there, and she told me, okay, you can come out once you've passed the ball 100 times in a row to yourself. And I was like, great, there's a challenge, I'm gonna go do that. And went away and did it, came back and said, great, I'm done, now can I come on the court? My mom actually never coached me on a team or anything, which was, I think, a conscious choice. It's just always a difficult relationship when it's a parent and a coach. And so I think early on, she just really tried to instill the fundamentals in us. I think as I got older, I was used to playing with older players, which helped my game a ton, just being around people who were better and more advanced than me, and being able to see what they were doing on the court. I remember being in probably 5th grade and going, I am going to get a scholarship that is half for volleyball and half for academics. I was a pretty good player. I wasn't the top recruit in my class, but probably top 20 or so, but knew that I was kind of a big fish in a small pond, and that there were players who were a lot better than me and especially a lot bigger than me. Like, I was not a physically dominant player at the next level. And so, I think that's just the big jump up that you take. You go from being, a top player in the prep and youth world to, okay, now I'm a freshman again, and these are full-grown women I'm competing against, some of whom a year from now are going on to play internationally and go to the national team. And so I think that was just a big jump physically. And being the player that I was kind of recruited as this nebulous utility player. And even in the recruiting process, the Stanford coach was like, I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with you, but you can come. And other coaches were a lot more specific, but I still chose Stanford and went and ended up getting on the court, even in my freshman year, and then growing my role as we went. Probably my favorite match in college was my sophomore year. We were in the Final Four, and we played Texas in the semifinal. They had a great team. They had some future Olympians. We had some future Olympians, and we lost the first 2 sets in a 3 out of 5 match. We watched the video playback later, and the announcers kept saying, Stanford's done. Nobody in the history of the Final Four has ever come back from down 0-2. It's never happened. And we came back out in the 3rd set and won it. And the moment that I really remember was right before the 5th set, the tiebreaker started. We had won the last 2 sets, and just looking around at my teammates and just knowing, like, we're going to win this. And having that kind of confidence, like, it gives me goosebumps still to go, okay, I have so much faith in all of these people. So it was a really incredible moment. Playing pro is super different, and I think it depends on where you are and what your team is like, but you go from this environment in college where it's very nurturing, it's kind of a bubble, like your coaches really care about you, and then a lot of the pro teams you're on, it's a business, you are an employee, and so it's navigating kind of that new relationship of what do I need to do to help my team, but also I'm kind of a business person, and this is my work, and so how do I make sure I'm taking care of that too? I think that sport in general, but particularly volleyball, asks so much of you in terms, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, in terms of how do you react to adversity and triumphs, and bring the person next to you along with you. And so, I know for a fact that I wouldn't be the person that I am today without every one of those moments on the court and every one of those moments off the court when I'm trying to figure out how to get better and how to help my team. There are very few things in my life that I cannot tie back to volleyball in some way.